हरि ओम सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्त्रीभ्यः दीर्घसुमङ्गली भव कन्यास्त्रीभ्यः शीघ्रमेव विवाहप्राप्तिरस्तु सर्वमङ्गलानि अभिवृद्धिर्भवतु तथास्तु. So I am continuing in English Manusmriti, how it has been wrongly misinterpreted by certain Tamil Nadu politicians right from Ramasamy Nayakar's period and advertised or propagated adversely, poisoning the minds of certain people. Now first let me go to the Manusmriti itself, what Manu Raja had stated. Let us go to the Manu Niti. They are the one former chief minister, I heard his speech in the video that way back in 1970s, 80s. He was saying that if Shudras learn more than the Brahmanas, hot oil has to be poured into their mouth, the tongues cut off and all. This is not true. This is what is not stated by Manu, but something was stated. Yes, I will come to that verse by verse and then I will explain. See, let us go to Manu Niti, chapter 8 and verse number 268. In this verse, Raja Manu says, Panchashat Brahmano Dandyah Kshatriyasya Abhishamsane Vaishye Syat Ardha Panchashat Shudre Dwadasham Ko Damaha. Kaha Damaha. Damaha is the penalty. Anyone, any fellow, Kaha, any fellow, any Brahmin, first he says, Panchashat, if the Brahmana Dandya on Kshatriya, of the Kshatriya, Kshatriyasya is a Shashti Vibhakti. So if a Brahmana speaks what is known as Samshane, Abhi Samshane, Abhi is a Upasarga. So Samshane means talks ill of him. Abhi Samshane or accuses. The Damaha, the punishment, the penalty, fees is Panchashat. That means 50 coins is the penalty for the Brahmin if he talks or accuses the Kshatriya. If any Brahmin accuses the Vaishya, Vaishye Syat, if it happens to be the Vaishya, then Ardha Panchashat, half of that 50 is 25 coins. And if any Brahmin accuses a Shudra, then the penalty, Damaha, is 12 only. That is probably 50 of that 25 coins is the penalty that is being levied on a Brahmana, educated person, if he accuses. So Brahmanas are not free from any penalties. Okay. Who are the Brahmanas? They are the professors. They are the knowledgeable people, intelligence people. And who are the Kshatriyas? The army people, the military serving with Raja Manu. And Shudras are the laborers. Means they do work, hard work. And I have already told you in my previous class, they were the foot soldiers of King Sudas. That's why they were called Shudras. So they come in the 4 Varnas. Now I will explain about the 4 Varnas also later on. So this is the penalty now imposed on a Brahmana if he accuses Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra. Now here Manu very clearly uses the padam, the word Shudra, right? That's accepted. Now let us go to verse 270, the next verse after that, the same 8th chapter. Manu says here about the oil being or if his tongue to be cut off. How he says, let us see. He uses the word called Ekajatihi. Ekajati is once birth. The once born fellow, the Ekajatihi fellow, not the once born, but he claims to be once born. I will explain. That Ekajati fellow, Dvi Jatim, him, the second born fellow, if he accuses, how to, with, but or only with Vacha, by mouth, by words, here it means. Darunaya, that is accusations. Darunaya means it is perfectly what we call as accusations. Darunaya Kshipan. In Sanskritam you have to do some Anvaya because you don't have the perfect subject and predicate. Kshipan, Chipaha means the thrower of, he throws. Okay, that's a masculine gender also, the word throw can come. The fellow who throws, chipaha, chipan, jihvayaha, the tongue, prapnuyat, will obtain, chedam, you can split to cha, idam. This jaganya is the vile evil fellows. Prabhavo hi saha. Prabhavaha means he will be revealed as prabhavam, is prabhavam, is pradipalam, will be he, saha, that fellow. Now who is that fellow? That fellow, saha, is that ekajatihi fellow. Who is that ekajatihi? The ekajatihi is outside the four varnas of Hinduism, namely Brahmanaha, Kshatriyaha, Vaishyaha and Shudraha. He is a Charvaka. This Charvaka believes that there is only one birth for anybody, and there is no rebirth. And most dangerous is, okay, doesn't believe in God like an atheist, nothing wrong in that. But the most dangerous is, he says, enjoy life as it comes. You can rob, steal the money and enjoy, commit adultery and enjoy, kill anybody and enjoy. If enjoyment is there for you, you can do any act that leads to enjoyment. You have to enjoy your life. There is no God, he doesn't believe in God. There is no karma theory, he doesn't believe in modern Newton's third law of motion, where every action is equal to, will give you an equal and opposite reaction. That's what third law of motion shares. So he doesn't believe in rebirth or as thou sow thou shall reap. He doesn't believe in any mistakes, sins. These fellows, these Jaganya fellows, these fellows are the vilest evil fellows. So he will be revealed what? Jihvayaha, of the tongue, the falling tongue, chipan, thrown away tongues. That I would say means these fellows will be like a dumb fellow. You can treat them as a dumb fellow. Without tongue, he will be revealing himself to the foe, because with the tongue he doesn't speak the truth. He may be an atheist. I am not saying an atheist is a bad person. Buddha also says you believe in God, you don't believe in God, but you follow the eightfold noble path, right thought, right speech, right action, right everything. But this Charvaka, this Eka Jatihi, very clean, you can understand. This fellow is an evil fellow who doesn't believe in God. Not only that, but he says enjoy life. This is what Manu opposed. Manu was opposing Ekajatihi, and Manu did not say Shudraha here. If the Shudra talks of the Dvijati, he doesn't say. Did he say? Just before that words, he used the word Shudra. So Manu knows the word Shudra. The word Shudra was prevalent, okay? So Manu uses this word called Ekajatihi, referring only to Charvakas. Charvakas are outside the four varnas of Hinduism, meaning we had the four varnas. Outside the four varnas, there were Charvakas, there were Chandalas also. They were atheists also. But he never complained so much, but he complains on, he was a king. So he has to form a CRPC code or a CPC code, and he gives this punishment that they shall be, the tongue of them will be always being thrown away. He doesn't say kartayati, means cutting the tongue, but okay, let us assume cutting the tongue of the Ekajatihi, of the Charvakas. So that was a punishment. The same punishments you can also find in Islam also in Christianity also. There are harsh punishments like cutting the hand if you steal. Even in Manu Unidi we have. But that was the old time where the Raja used these punishments. Like nowadays we also have death punishment. Manu also called as Vadha. If anybody commits a big, Manu also says. But here these people are referring to the tongue being cut if a Shudra comes and teaches talks ill of a Brahmana. See the meaning difference. Manu formed a CRPC, CPC. So, as per Hinduism, as per Sanatana Dharma, people who are in the four varnas, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and the Shudra, they were highly respected. Where do you throw flowers? The feet of the Bhagavan. You say lotus feet of the Lord. Arjuna sat on the lotus feet of the Lord of Bhagavan Krishna and he got the boon, the vara. So lotus feet, the feet is more respected, and actually technically I am saying that the Shudras are more greater than even the educated people, because they do hard work with their legs. That's what we say, we offer flowers to the God. So Eka Jati he only refers. And then also Manu in next verse 272, 270 I told you, 272 Manu says, Everywhere the Manu gives the punishment to the Ekajatihi only. Dharma Upadesham Darpena Vipranam. Vipranam are the educated peoples of the, it's a Bahuvachanam, it's a plurality of the educated persons. Vipranam Asya Kurvatah, the fellow who does that. Taptam hot. A se chayet. It's a Vidhi Ling Lakaraha, we say, Pratama Purushaha, Ekavachanam. Sinch is the Sinchayati, Ham Sinchaya means it is a offering or sprinkling. That's it. Okay. A se chayet here. A se what? Tailam, oil. Where? Vaktre, correct. In the tongue. Vaktre means the mouth. Vaktre, shrotre, cha. Shrotre, cha means in the ears. Yes. Pour hot oil in their tongue and in their ears. If they by vanity or wrongly guiding the Viprana. He never says Brahmanaha. Here Brahmanaha means he has already said Brahmanaha. If they do to, for all any educated persons, these Charvakas will come and tutor them. Don't believe in God. The life is only one. You are saying the rebirth. You are saying karma. The Dvijadi is person in Hindu society who wears, the first is the birth. You can say the birth. But people who are called Brahmanas, they have this kudumi also, the back plug, the tuft. Or the Namakarana may be the first birth, or the birth itself is the first birth. The second birth is the sacred thread. Janeyu, or what we say is Pavitra Daga, or sacred thread they wear, and be godly. That's a dress. Like you have a dress for a sportsman, you play in shorts in tennis, you wear, the advocates have their black coats. So the sacred thread was an identification that he adheres to the philosophy of Brahmanism, which is nothing but nearness to God by conducting pujas or whatever it is. So here he says only Vipranam, of the educated and the wise. Viprana means of the wise people. Vipram, that is a wisdom. He never used the word Brahmana. So how this former chief minister of Tamil Nadu, following his old guru Ramasamy Nayakar and all, propagates something which is totally opposite to the meaning which Manu was given. Manu was a king, and Manu's Niti is a CRPC CPC code. So Manu did not write the Vedas like Vasishta or Veda Vyasa or all those rishis, but he gave the Niti because the kingly Niti was required to govern the kingdom. But in nowhere he says Vipranam, he says Ajatihi, but in the first words he says even the Brahmins, if they accuse Kshatriyas, they have to pay 50 coins penalty, Vaishyas 25 and Shudras 12. Shudras 12 means even today, if an educated man commits an offense, the highest court will give him a smaller, slightly lesser punishment than probably even a coolie fellow. But even the police, if you take the police officers, if a coolie fellow who steals 1,000 rupees, he will be taken to jail and probably kept for 24 hours or more, or they may even beat him. We have heard. But the highest fellow, a very educated man, he may cheat a bank of 50 lakhs. They may arrest him, but they will start questioning him, they will confine him, the cases will be filed, but the harsh punishment is not given. So there is always a difference in the society between the rich and the poor, and the highly educated and the totally uneducated persons. Because this happens in our society. A very rich man, even in Brahmin community, I am a Brahmin, in our community we have people who are pallbearers, who carry dead bodies on the lower strata, their incomes are low. A rich Brahmin businessman or even a Hindu businessman will not like to have marriage alliance with these pallbearers, the persons who carry dead bodies, anybody. So that was there, and that is nothing to be spoken ill of, and nothing there to say that if a Shudra is studying greater than the Brahmin, or he studies, oil has to be poured in his mouth. Nowhere of Shudra is mentioned here. Why you misinterpret? See, this is the policy of certain people with jaundiced eye. Their leader refuses to accept God. He says those who believe in God are fools. Okay, atheists say, nothing wrong. If you want to tell and you practice. But if you still start advising the people who are following God, enjoy life. Enjoyment can come through any form to you, maybe by stealing, by robbing, telling lies, all bad qualities. Enjoyment, if they come from bad qualities, you enjoy. Do those bad qualities. Have those bad qualities. Nothing wrong. So these are called Charvakas. Buddha abhorred Charvakas. Buddha said, follow my eightfold noble path. That's all. If you believe in God, don't believe in God, rituals and all, that is up to you. I don't ask you to do rituals, but follow the eightfold noble path. But these Charvakas are outside that. So that is what Manusmriti says. Manu was a king, and even in Tamil Nadu we have Manusmriti Chola. A Chola king was called Manu also. We have. So how these certain people in Tamil Nadu wantonly, deliberately, mischievously misinterpret Manusmriti Shastra also and print and propagate. What is there? Why to eradicate Sanatana Dharma when the very first verse in Rig Veda, you can refer my previous videos, I have spoken on Sanatana Dharma and the mischievous, willful interpretations on that. When the very first verse in Rig Veda says, Ano Bhadraha Kritavo Yantu Vishwataha, let noble thoughts pour from all sides to you. Noble thoughts. First it starts, the Rig Veda opening chapter, book number 1 says. That is the Sanatana Dharma. The Vedas are the Sanatana Dharma. The Upanishads are the Sanatana Dharma. But okay, come to Manusmriti also, right? I am not saying no. He was a Hindu king from Pakistan area, Peshawar, the northwestern province, the Baluchistan, some portion of Afghanistan and all. He was ruling. He had to lay down certain rules for the orderly conduct of his subjects. Now, if you throw invectives on Manusmriti also, it's up to you, but don't misinterpret, wrongly propagate. Even Thiruvalluvar beautifully also says about the 4 Varnas. Bhagavan Krishna Paramatma says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah. I am tasya kartaraha mam api vidhi akartaraha avyaya. I am the changeless, and both the Chatur kartaraha and akartara also. Because I created. The kartaraha means an akartara has to come. If it is plus, there will be a minus. A coin has 2 sides, a head and a tail. He completes beautifully for philosophical interpretations. So with this, Manusmriti also I am directly bringing in just to tell that Manu did not speak ill of Shudras, and if they study greater than the Brahmanas, make them not to study and then pour oil, hot oil. Yes, it says, Taptam Tailam, it says, but it is for the Charvakas. Pour there in the ears, let them not hear evil. Let them not propagate or speak evil. So, Shrotram, hearing, and Vaktra, they say. The exact word was Vaktre, in their speech, coming from their vak, from their mouth. Now, these 4 Varnas are noble. People, Shudras, coming from the legs of the god, we call lotus feet of God and offer flowers there. So they are the more highest respected people even than the Brahmanas, the educated. The Brahmanas is a Vedic word for professors, educated. You have to be educated in physics, chemistry, mathematics, medicine, everywhere, engineering, is it not? An ordinary coolie person may not have that type of a knowledge to solve a differential calculus problem which is required in engineering or physics or chemistry, wherever it is. So the respect, even today, it differs between the educated and the non-educated and between the rich and the poor. But you are blaming Sanatana Dharmam, you are blaming Manu Shastra, which they have given their laws for the Charvakas and other people, specifically mentioning the word Shudras in where they are required, and Eka Jatihi, these Charvakas, who believe in only one birth, nothing rebirth, you enjoy your life, only after death everything is over. So till your life you enjoy as much as possible, illegally also. So I am not bringing in Chandalas. Chandalas are Adivasis. They were brought into the Hindu fold by Adi Bhagavat Pada Shankaracharya. Technically he says he went to a cave and won them. He brought into the fold, and the atheists were there. But atheists are called Natikas. So they don't believe in God. But these Charvakas are the dangerous people. They are the evil people. They criticize not only gods, they say enjoy yourself. So this is the point which I would like to make very clear to these certain TN politicians. So as Valluvar said, let us not harm them. Valluvar says very clearly, do not harm anyone who harms you also, but do good to them so that they feel ashamed of the harm done unto you. So we have to bring them into the mainstream by our good work to them, love and affection to them, and correct them to follow the righteous path. With this, I end this lecture. Till such time, Bhuya Tavat Shubhamangalam. Hari Om.